This is the lesson, first year botany. Lesson is morphology of flowering plants. In that chapter is the stem. Lesson number 7, first year botany. Good morning, students. We have completed already root, regions of root and modifications of root. Today in this lecture we would like to discuss about the next topic in the morphology of flowering plants, that is the stem. What is our topic? The stem. I think you have an idea what is the part of the stem in the plant body. You have general idea about the parts of the plants. From childhood onwards every time we are observing the plant body. Oh, it is the part called as root. Oh, it is stem. Oh, all these are the leaves, branches, flowers, fruits, everything. We have general idea, but we need to get that idea in the scientific manner or scientific approach or scientific terminology. What should follow to discuss about the stem? What exactly it is? What structure it is? What functions are carried out? It is carried out by that particular part of the plant body as a stem. So now you all have very much interest, I think, right, to watch this class, to listen this topic that is about stem. So now we better to discuss about the topic that is stem. I think you have an idea, dear students, what are the basic characteristic features distinguish the parts of the plants. Yes, it is root. Yes, it is the stem part. So what are the characteristic features are needed to distinguish or assess the stem from a root? The stem from a root. You know, I think stem is one of the basic parts of the plant body which is growing outside of the soil, not into the soil. So it is called ascending part of the plant axis. Now you may take a long axis, complete axis, on which all the branches, all the different organs of the plants are going to be existed. That particular cylindrical structures you may take, you may have taken. Then that particular axis you divided into two regions. The region which is the region of the part of the complete cylindrical axis which come into the soil, and another one is come out of the soil towards the light. So like that, two different portions or two different parts we are going to be differentiated in the total plant axis. So those two are going to be differentiated into right botanical terminology, that is that plant axis which grow into the soil are called descending part of the plant axis. Descending part of the plant axis which is in turn it developing into root system. Already we have completed the discussion of root system. Now we are going to discuss about another part of the plant axis, the part of the plant axis which come out of the soil and come towards the light or grow above the soil or above the ground is called stem. What it is, students? Stem. So now we better to discuss about that exactly the part of the plant axis which grow towards the light, which grow on above the side of the soil or above the side of the ground. How it is going to bear different kinds of organs like branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. All these are the organs, plant parts which we seen on one particular plant axis. That is the part of plant axis are called stem, which bearing all the different organs like branches, leaves, flowers, fruits. During the development of the plant, during the growth of the plant body, all these are the different organs are going to be sequentially there formed on the plant body like flowers, fruits, everything, right? Understand, students? So now we better to discuss about that particular part of the plant, that is stem. which is also called as aerial part. Aerial part means it is not underground part. Aerial part means aerial, aero means air. A part of the plant axis which grow towards the air or which is grow on above the side of the ground. In the open atmospheric conditions, what the part of the plant it is grow continuously it is called, or whatever the parts it may be, come under aerial parts. Stem, branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, everything they, most of the cases in the plants, they are only generally, they are growing on the stem, and that stem which bearing all these are the different organs on above the side of the soil or on the above the side of the ground. That's why these are the parts, whatever it may be grow on above the ground, it is called aerial parts. So stem is a basic aerial part of the plant which is bearing branches, leaves, flowers, fruits. Now you got the point. So stem is a ascending part of the plant axis which grow on above the side of the soil or which grows on above the soil, above the ground, and which is going to bearing and supports branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. And this is the stem are also called as aerial part because it grow out of the soil, and stem is also called as, based on that stem grow towards the light, it also said to be positive phototropic and negative geotropic. Means the root system or the root is positive geotropic, negative phototropic. It refers to the stem. The stem is positive geotropic, means towards the sunlight it grow. The plant axis like stem grow towards the grow towards the light. So that's it is positively phototropic. Phototropic means towards the light, whatever the plant responses shown. So towards the light, a part of the plant body like stem grow towards the light. That's what is called. That's why stem is referred to as, said to be positively phototropic. It is not grow towards the earth. So that's why it is also called as negatively geotropic. Understand, students? Now you got the point. So this is the stem which is bearing all these are the different organs on it, and it is also differentiated into nodes and internodes. Then the stem axis continuously, it is a long cylindrical structure. Okay, on the stem portion we have some junctions like structures are there. Understood, students? Some clusters or compact shoot we are observing there. Understood? Or cluster like structures or junctions like structures we are observing on the long cylindrical plant axis called stem. Those are called node. How can we understand where is node? The node is a region indicating from which region of the stem leaves are going to be projected. Leaves are going to be arise. Now you got the point. The leaves generally arise from the one particular point of the stem. That point we are calling what? Node. Now you got the point. So like that, number of nodes one another, along with the plant growth and development, the number of the nodes are going to be increases. If the length of the plant body increases, length of the plant body increases, length of the stem increases, or the length of the branches and number of branches increases, automatically that nodal or nodes number is also increases. These nodes are also follow in their development from base to top, because the stem grow from base to top only. So like, along with the growth and development of the stem which is increasing in length, the nodes are also developed. These nodes are very, very important for producing different organs and different structures which are basically need to making a shoot system in the plant body. What actually that nodes and how do they make all those are the different important structures for making a complete shoot system, and the different buds also we are observing on the stem. Buds. So bud is defined as it is a young, immature, underdeveloped, compact shoot is called bud. These buds are also located on the stem based on the position of the buds where they are present. It is of two types, terminal buds and axillary buds. Terminal buds and axillary buds. The tip of the stem continuously grow. The tip of the stem already I said na, the tip of the stem is said to be shoot tip. Shoot tip. This shoot tip is very very important for maintaining a bud-like structure, which is a complete compact shoot tissue, which is very much growing region. This bud is called tip region. We are observing this bud is called terminal bud or apical bud, which is responsible for growth of the stem in the lengthwise manner, and which is responsible for making stem lengthwise and accomplish the branches which they are going to be produced from each nodal regions. Everything is only accomplished by the apical bud, which is situated at the tip of the stem. So when the stem growing in condition, it also differentiated into nodes and internodes. Already I said this is a continuous plant axis. It is a continuous plant axis. This continuous plant axis is differentiated into nodes and internodes. From node, it is a node. How can we understand it is a node? That node is indicated by, understand by a leaf or the flower from where they are developing, from where they are producing, or in some plants we seen generally the adventitious roots they are producing. All these are the newly producing structures. From the point of stem it is called node. So node to node, the stem portion which lie in between two nodes is called internode. What it is? Internode. So nodes and internodes completely making a structure of stem, which is also called as aerial part, which is also called as ascending part of the plant axis, which is said to be positively phototropic and negatively geotropic. Understood, students? Now we better to write all these important points what we have discussed along with suitable diagrams to understand clearly about all those are the terms what we have discussed as ascending part, aerial part, bearing leaves and branches, flowers, fruits, and what is node, okay, and what is bud and types of buds, everything we discussed here. Later we go for discussion of functions of the stem. What is the basic or main functions of the stem? You know, what are the basic functions carried out by the root? In some plants that roots are not only performing those main functions, how did they perform various functions or different functions as through the modifications of root. In the same way here also, stems in so many plants are also perform different functions, various functions other than the main functions by changing their shape and structure of the stem are called stem modifications. So everything we discussed in the chapter, dear students, you focus. So the stem, what is stem here? Stem is a, write down, stem is a aerial part of the plant body and ascending part of the plant axis. Ascending part of the plant axis. Now you got the point, students? Stem is an aerial. Stem is an aerial part of the plant body and ascending part of plant axis which grow which grows on above the soil, on the above the above the side of soil, on the above the side of the soil, or on the ground, on the ground, and towards light. That's way stem is also called as aerial part of the plant, ascending part of the plant axis, and it grows towards the light. That's why stem is said to be positively phototropic. Photo means light here. Phototropic, and negatively geotropic. Now you got the point. Stem is said to be positively phototropic and negatively geotropic. No stem part grow towards the soil in general. Now got the point. Stem generally developed or arise from plumule. The part already we have discussed when we are having discussion of development of the root from the seed, hypocotyl, epicotyl, there we are using this term plumule. So stem generally developed or arise from plumule present in the plumule of embryo. Present in the germinating seeds. Seed. Now got the point? It is very, very important. And some other characteristic features which is going to distinguish stem from a root. That is, the stem generally bearing or bears and supports what they are going to bearing and giving support for bearing branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. Now you got the point, students? The stem generally bears and supports branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. All these are the plant organs are only bearing on the particular plant axis called stem. Understand? The stem is developed or produced, arise from the plumule of embryo during seed germination. Understand, students? So this is the indication, this is the information we can understand what is stem, where is stem, what is the part of the plant body as stem. Now got the point? So on this stem, we are going to discuss about, we are observing some, on this stem we are observing some different junctions as what we call differentiation of the stem into nodes and internodes. Some regions especially they are developing on the plant for production of leaves, from which point of the stem they are producing are called node. Stem generally is differentiated into nodes and internodes. Nodes and internodes. So let us know something well about nodes and internodes. What are nodes and what are internodes? So node is a region, or a point of stem from which leaves generally developed. That particular point is called node. Understood? What about internode? The portion of the stem, are you note down, students? Are you writing these important points in your running notes? You just follow. The portion of the stem which existed or lie in between two successive nodes, node to node without any gap. We should not skip the 2 or 3 nodes. Node immediately after which node it is nearby. So in between those 2 nodes, what is the portion of the stem we see, that is called internode. So the portion of the stem which lie in between 2 successive nodes are said to be internode. What it is? Internode. Now you got the point, students. Internode. You please remember. So node and internodes are the right and appropriate differentiation of structures which construct a particular ascending part of the plant axis as stem. The stem continuously differentiated into nodes and internodes. Understood? The node which is first formed near to the soil is the fully matured node. Understood? The node 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that numerically we are giving based on their origin. Based on their origin and development, the first node is the first node which is going to get maturity first, and older node. When we are moving in the direction towards the terminal, the younger nodes we are reaching to the younger nodes. The older node completely we seen at the base of the stem, where the first node we seen on the stem. From that only the first leaf is going to be initiated, projected, because it is the region where we seen fully matured region which is ready to give more and more organs like leaves. Okay, like that continuously the leaves are also developing in the order what it is, acropetal order. Acropetal order means, acro means terminal, petal means towards. So all the leaves are only developing from every node in the acropetal manner or acropetal succession. First leaf is at a base, the second leaf is at on above the side of the first leaf, third leaf is on above the second leaf, fourth leaf on above the third leaf. Like that only the younger leaves are growing towards the tip or terminal. Understand? Due to the nodal portions which are first getting maturity are there at the base of the stem. So like that continuously stem increases, the nodes formation is also increases. The number of the nodes automatically increases. Now you got the point. So this is the information about node and internode. Now we go to discuss about bud. The stem is also, stems also bearing a special structures called bud. Now let us know the definition of bud. What is bud? See here, bud is defined as young, immature means need fully mature tissue. Immature tissue we seen here. Bud is defined as young, immature, underdeveloped. When they got development fully, then this immature tissue is turned into mature tissue. So underdeveloped, compact shoot, because it is the part of the stem only. It is only the bud formed on the stem only. So it related to shoot only. So that's why here all the immature tissue, young tissue is only compact in form there in particular area of the stem. In which area these buds are developing, later we will discuss. So bud is young, immature, underdeveloped, compact shoot, which produces branches and, here you better to write, which produces branches and flowers. Have you got the point? Yes. Okay students, these buds are based on the position where they are present. These buds are two types: terminal buds and axillary buds. Before going to discuss about that, we need to write one important point about this stem. Okay, stem generally, at young stage, I think in many plants you seen, I think stem at a young or initial stage, where the new young baby plant comes out of the seed during seedling or germination. That is the stage at stem at which young initial stage it is, here it means stem, it is in a green in color. It is in a green in a color. But later slowly, when that plant body developing into or matured into an adult plant, what happens? The stem turn the color, turn their form into woody and dark brown, the color, but later it turn into woody and dark brown. Woody and dark brown color we see. Now got the point? At the young stage and initial stage, the Stem why it is in green color? It contains some amount of chlorophyll pigment which is perform the process of photosynthesis at young stage of the plant body. Then when the plant body, when the stem grows grows healthy and increase its length, then that stem is going to bear large number of leaves. When the leaves number increases, automatically the leaves contain chlorophyll pigment, then they are going to perform photosynthesis sufficiently to prepare their food. During young stage, that much number of leaves are not there, then stem is also performing functions of photosynthesis along with few leaves which they are present on the young plant body. Now you got the point. When the plant body, plant axis like ascending part of the plant axis like stem grows very healthy, then it is increasing its length, automatically the number of the nodes increases. From every node we are expecting a leaf, minimum a leaf is going to be produced. Then all the number of the leaves when they increases, then sufficient rate of photosynthesis performed by the leaves, then stem is not no need to perform the process of photosynthesis because sufficient leaves, number of leaves they have. Then that's why from the young stage to matured stage, the stem is going to be change their color from green to dark brown and woody. Dark brown and woody, I think you know. In general, well developed, fully matured plants, once you check, the stem is woody, hard. Woody means what it is? Hard, something it is hard. But during young stage, the stem is very weak, you know. During young stage, the plant stem, once you check, it is very sensitive and delicate, very smooth and soft, because the permanent tissue which is needed to give woody properties and strengthen to the stem are not there during initial stage or young stage. So along with the growth and development, the right and appropriate amount of permanent tissue is giving right and appropriate mechanical support and woody properties by changing the color from green to dark brown color, which is not maintaining green color when they are reaching adult stage. No need to perform photosynthesis because sufficient branches which bearing leaves are there. So leaves are conducting photosynthesis. At that time, at maturity of the plant body, the stem is not needed to perform photosynthesis. That's why the color changing we are observing in the young growing plants or the stem which we seen in the young growing plants. Now you got the point? So all these are the different terminology what we should follow to understand the stem and their activities. Now got the point? Now we better to make all these are the total information what we are learning theoretically, that now we are going to be translate it into the diagrammatic representation. We better to change this content into diagrammatic representation to watch each and every part what we have discussed in this content. Now you got the point, students? Now what content we have discussed, now we better to incorporate that content into the diagrammatic through the diagrammatic representations we need to understand. So see here, what first we said, stem is a ascending part of the plant axis. So to know the ascending axis and descending axis of the plant, ascending part of the plant axis and descending part of the plant axis, first we know the what is plant axis. See here, suppose to think it is a plant axis is a long cylindrical structure. Is a long cylindrical structure which is in a complete linear structure. Suppose to thought it is an axis of plant body. What it is? Suppose to think it is a plant axis. Draw the diagram neatly. Suppose to think it is a plant axis. Now what we need here? We need two different parts of the plant axis. We need this plant axis turn into two parts. That's it. Two parts. What they are? See. We are going to differentiate this plant axis into two parts like this. This is the two parts we made, we understand by the developing the plant axis towards. Developing plant axis towards. It is supposed to take it is a plant axis. This complete plant axis, some of the portion of the plant axis grow towards the soil, into the soil. What it is? It is the soil. This is the region completely what it is? Soil. It is completely what it is? Soil. So the part of the portion of the plant axis. This is the plant axis. This is the completely from here to here. This is the plant axis. Now you got the point. So here from here to here it is the plant axis. Supposed to think it is a it is B. The portion of the plant axis from which, from exact point at which the part of the plant axis outside, placed outside, and the remaining part of the plant axis placed inside the soil, that point you may have taken as, we may taken as 0 or O. Better to take O. All these are the alphabets we are using here. Right? Supposed to think what it is. So completely AB is a plant axis. AB is a plant axis. Now what is the AB differentiated into two portions? It is differentiated into two portions. What is the portion here we see in from A to O? See here from A to O up to here. This A is not permanent, you know, it is continuously grow. Then it is moving here also, month to month or year to year. Because this is the part which is continuously grow, and this is the part continuously grow, of course. Now you got the point. So A to O, it is the part of plant axis. It is a part of plant axis. It is a part of plant axis which grow or which grows on above the ground, on above the ground and towards the light. You please note this point. And towards the light, and towards the light. Have you got the point? Towards the light. So this is the part from A to O or O to A, whatever it may be. It is the part. Is called aerial part, aerial and ascending part. Ascending part of plant axis. You please remember. Now you got the point, students. This is the completely A, B is the plant axis. In that it is the one of the two portions and it is the another one of the two portions. A to O and O to B. Now we are discussing about O to B here. B is also not a permanent location here. It is continuously increases its length. How to increase we know already. We discussed it. Okay, it is growing towards the soil. Growing towards the soil. That's what is called descending part and underground part of plant axis. It is the underground part of the plant axis. That is what we are calling it is. It is said to be root system, which is developing into root system. This is the descending part of the plant axis developing into root system, which is developed from radicle. Root system is developed from radicle, you know. Now it is A2O. It is the plant part. It is a plant axis which grows on above the ground and towards the light. Towards the light. So it is aerial and ascending part of the plant axis. It is developing into shoot system. It is developing into shoot system. In the shoot system, stem is a one of the parts. Now got the point. So stem is a ascending part of the plant axis, which is going to bear all the remaining aerial parts like branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, collectively called as shoot system. Now you got the point. And this is the shoot system is positively, light is there na, towards the light na, phototropic and negatively geotropic. Isn't right or wrong? Negatively geotropic. It does not grow towards the soil in general. In the same way, root system is said to be positively geotropism or geotropic and negatively phototropic. Now you got the point. So like the two parts are there in one plant axis. Here two parts of part 1. What it is? Part 1. See in the picture A2 A2O is a part 1. This is the part 1 which grow towards the light. It is said to be ascending part. What is this, students? It is said to be ascending part of the plant axis. Ascending part of the plant axis. Ascending part of the plant axis. What about this O2B or B2O? What it is here? This is a descending part, you know. So like the two parts are there in one plant axis. One is grow towards the soil and another one is grow towards the light. So the part of the plant axis which grow towards the light is called aerial part or stem. The part of the plant axis which grow towards the soil is called descending part or root. Now you got the point. So this is the part which we are calling finally stem. Stem, yes. Now our discussion is with stem only. Stem only. So we understood, I think, what is aerial part, what is ascending part, what is descending part, what is underground part like root system. Everything you understood, I think, right? Now second point. And what is phototropic, what is geotropic, everything we understood. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the plant axis is differentiated into the ascending part of the plant axis like stem is differentiated into. So now we focus the concentration on ascending part only. We should not mention anything about descending part like root because here our discussion is about stem. So now you please draw the diagram of stem only. So this is the ascending part like stem. Already we discussed in the discussion what we discussed. This is the ascending part of the plant axis which we are calling stem. Is differentiated into nodes and internodes. See here, all these are the points what I am drawing here. You please try to understand. All these are the points or the regions which I am drawing on the stem part of the plant axis are called node. What is node already we have discussed. So node is a region from which generally the leaves are going to be born or developed or arise. So this is the node. Suppose to think it is the node 1. Node 1. This is node 2. This is node 3. This is node 4. Like that plant is continuously growing. Along with the time and period, the plant continuously growing, and by leaving and differentiated into number of nodes and internodes. Now got the point. So it is node number 5, node number 6, like that continuously increases. So it is the node 1. It is the node 1, it is the first node. So first maturity we seen in this node. So whatever the organs are developing from the node are first formed at the node 1, later node 2, later at the node 3. Continuously they are developing in acropetal manner. In which manner they are increasing? Acropetal manner. You please remember this word, acropetal. Here acro means terminal. Here acro means what, students? Terminal. Petal means towards. Petal means towards. So in which direction all these are the nodes are going to be existed on the stem or differentiated on the stem? In the acropetal manner. From base to, it is a base. It is a base. Base to terminal. It is a terminal. Tip of the plant body, terminal. So towards the terminal they are moving, they are growing. So this type of arrangement of or development of organs, what they are existed on in that particular systematic arrangement are called acropetal succession or acropetal arrangement. So like that number of nodes along with the growth and development continuously, what we see in the stem part, which is continuously increases its length, continuously increases along with the length of the stem, a number of nodes and internodes are going to be differentiated. So here all these are the points or the regions on stem are called nodes. Already I said 2 successive nodes. For example, node 1 to node 1 to node 2. Node 1 to node 2, this mid portion of the stem. This mid portion of the stem is called internode. What it is? Note down, internode. Now you got the point? From the node 4 to 5, this is the portion, whatever it may be, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, whatever the middle portion of stem is called internode. What it is, students? Internode. It is a portion of the stem. So like that stem length increases, automatically the number of nodes and internodes increases. Now you got the point? So node is a region from where we are expecting young organs are growing, like leaves, some branches. According to the plant's genotype, they are going to producing, whether they are producing branches or leaves or flowers. Whatever the new organs are going to be bare on the stem just from a point of stem, it is called node. Now you got the point, students? So this is the pictorial form, which is very much important to understand the content what we are learning about stem. Okay. So next one, this is the stem part which is going to bearing wide range of organs, like wide range of parts like branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. How do they producing and bearing all those are the structures once you see here. See here. Now again you better to draw the diagram here. This is a portion which we are calling soil. Just we focus the concentration on the stem only, no need to draw and no need to discuss anything about root, already we completed. Okay, it is the ascending part of the plant axis which we are calling stem, which already differentiated into nodes and internodes, all these are the nodes are existed on the stem in the numerically, systematically they existed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that towards the terminal. Okay, the maturation, the maturity and producing organs are also following in that manner only. First maturity and first organs, whatever it may be, bearing on the stem just formed at the node 1, after that node 2, node 3, node 4, node 5 like that. Now you got the point. So here, this is the nodal region which is very much useful for the production of, already we discussed, production of young organs which are needed for continue the life of a plant body. That is we are calling what leaves. That is we are calling what leaf. Like that number of leaves, if they are alternate leaves, arrangement of leaves in alternate manner, then the type of arrangement of leaves are called alternate phyllotaxy. Like later we will discuss, when we go to discuss about leaf, then again we discussed about an organ like leaf. Now you better to understand the stem, how it is going to bear all these are the organs. So here only we are expecting a small bud like structure which is still it is continuously producing a large number of cells which are continuously developing into an adult plant or becoming it developing into a tree. So the growth is this is the growing point. This is the growth point. Where we are expecting more meristematic cells which are rapidly are continuously producing a large number of cells which are going to increase the length of the stem and bearing more number of nodes and internodes and producing more number of leaves. Whenever the leaves continuously producing in this direction, what happens? The older among all these leaves, for example, leaf 1, leaf 2, leaf 3, leaf 4, leaf 5, leaf 6. Among all these 6 leaves, which one is younger? Among all these 6 leaves, the younger leaf is 6. The older leaf is 1. So, in between all these leaves, which one is going to get first senescence or old age? Ready to falling off, weathering off from the plant body, that is the leaf at node number 1 or the first leaf. Because it formed first it's like it, okay. Its lifetime is over, then it is ready to fall off. Then like that in the sequential order, they are going to be fall off and producing new leaves in that order. Now you got the point. So all these are the regions which are going to bearing either branch or leaves what they are projecting from the points of nodes. Now you got the point. All these are just simply we are calling what node. The portion in between two nodes, successive nodes are called internode. You please remember internode. Okay, these are the organs which they are developing called leaf, which is a green colored expanded structures for conducting photosynthesis and prepare food materials which are basically need to growth of the plants. Now you got the point. Yes. Now our discussion is about, suppose to think it is a diagram 1. This is the diagram 1. These are the diagrams indicating the progression of the plant body, what it is developed, in which direction they are developing. This is the diagram 2. This is diagram 3. Now coming to the point, another terminology what should discuss here. So this is the soil. For our convenience sake, we better to reduce the diagram structure. We have understand, I think already. It is a plant axis. It is the part of the plant axis like stem. Now we focus the concentration about the discussion about the bud, because already we discussed well about node. Now we discuss about buds. What is buds? Buds are defined as young, immature, underdeveloped, compact shoot. These buds are also developed from the near to the nodal regions only or nodes only, but their production is done in the particular region, special region which we are calling axillary region and terminal region of the stem. Understood? So see here, the buds actually are of two types. How many buds we seen here? Two types. Buds are two types. What they are, ma? Buds are two types. They are terminal buds. They are terminal buds and axillary buds. Terminal buds and axillary buds. Now you got the point. Two types of buds we generally see in students. The first one is terminal buds and second one is axillary buds. Now you got the point. So but terminal buds, where they are positioned? They positioned at the tip of the stem. These are positioned at the tip of the stem. Tip of the stem region. That's why these terminal buds are also called as, tip is also called as apex of the stem. Shoot tip is also called as shoot apex. Apex is nothing but tip. Root tip is also called as root apex. Apex is nothing but tip. End point of the stem, end point of the root. Shoot tip and root tip respectively. So these are the buds specially positioned at the tip of the stem is called apical buds. These buds are also known as apical buds. But another type of buds like axillary buds. Now coming to the point, axillary buds. These axillary buds are developed at axillary region, not at terminal region. Axillary region of a stem. Axillary region of a stem. Let us know something about what is axillary region. Okay, on this diagram we can understand. See here. Yes, this is the, supposed to think it is a stem. It is differentiated into nodes and internodes. You know, for understanding sake, we draw the diagram. Some of the leaves are only we are drawing to understand the axil what it is. See here, here we are expecting in the production of leaf, what the leaf they are producing here. What the leaf they are producing here. This is the stem, this is the ascending part of the plant axis. Okay, from here only we are expecting a leaf is going to be generated. So see here, the leaf basically divided into different parts, like it is lamina. In the center what we have a long very big radius line like structure, what we are calling as midrib. It is a midrib. This is the long stalk like structure which connected to the a particular point of the stem called petiole. Petiole. The petiole connected to the stem region, that is node, already we have discussed. Okay. So now we are discussing about axil, what it is. Axil, what it is, see all of you. The region which lie in between the petiole of the leaf, the angle which lie in between petiole where it meet with the nodal region and the upper part of the node, is called, this region, this angle is called axil. This is called axil. Now you got the point. So like that number of axils are there. Suppose to take it is another plant body. What we have draw here to understand, it is a stem part which are differentiated into nodes and internodes. Generally from the nodes we are expecting what ma? Leaves are projecting here. Leaves are projecting here. The angle what? The angle what it made in between? petiole where it connected. Petiole where it connected to the node region. So upper part of the node. This is the very important point, you please remember. Upper part of a node and petiole of a leaf forms an angle. This angle is called axil. What it is? Axil. So see here, the petiole and the upper part of the shoot system or node going to make an angle. Exactly, this is an angle called axil. Okay, here in this axil so many buds they are developing now. These buds are called axillary buds. Tell me what it is? These buds are called axillary buds. Axillary bud 1, axillary bud 2, axillary bud 3. Like that continuously a number of axillary buds they are producing. They are producing in the particular region, angle called axil. In the axil they are developing these buds now. That's why those are called axillary buds, which are very much important for the production of branches and flowers. Branches and flowers. Okay, this is the information about morphological notation and morphological characters which necessary to understand about each and every part what every time we are using. So when you have an idea about all these are the terms what we seen in the discussion of STEM, if you are if you are practicing well, then it is very easily understand when we are using these terminology in the continuation of the topics what we are discussing in future. Now you got the point? So botany terminology is very important, students. You please follow to understand the terminology. Okay. So this is the indication, it is continuously grow. The arrow mark indicating continuously grow. Now you got the point? Yes. So like that different diagrams we made here. For example, diagram number 4, this is diagram number 5. Like that we made different diagrams to understand about all those are the parts which necessarily discussed about STEM. Now you got the point. Now we better to mention few important points about the functions of STEM. Functions of STEM. Now you got the point. So I am going to mention here few important lines as points for discussion of functions of STEM. Functions of STEM. So now you please put the subheading, the main functions of STEM here. The main functions of STEM. The main functions of STEM. You know, I think the functions what actually carried out by the STEM, basic functions. Not we are talking about modifications, what functions carried out by the modifications of STEM. We are talking about a general STEM, what main functions carried out. Now got the point? So the main functions in that STEM bears and supports branches, leaves, flowers, and fruits. This is very important function carried out by the stem of plants. Now you got the point. Now you got the point. The next function is stem conducts. Conducts means transports mineral salts from water and minerals, you know, right? Mineral salts means which they are including water, what they are sent through the root into the stem. So stem pick up that mineral salts means water and minerals pick up by the stem and conducting to the other apical parts of the plants which they are existed on the stem. So stem conducts mineral salts from root, from root to other parts like leaves and flowers and fruits, flowers. Now got the point. And one more important point as important function, that is stem conducts photosynthesis. Stem conducts photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means the products which they are producing in the process of photosynthesis is called photosynthesis, like sucrose, different sugars, carbohydrates and different nutrients, what they are producing in the process of photosynthesis. Where they manufactured these photosynthetes are developing or produced in the food factories on the plant body called leaves, from the leaves to root or various parts of the plants. The food is picked up by the food preparing center like leaf to the last part which is there under the soil is called root, through the mediator like part called stem. So stem conducting photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means food and nutrients. Food and nutrients what prepared during the process of photosynthesis. During the process of photosynthesis, those are called photosynthetes. They are developed in the particular part is called, where they are developing in the part like leaf. In the leaf part only they are developing. Now you got the point, students? Leaf. So from the leaf these photosynthetes are picked up by the stem and stem and conduct these materials to the roots and other food storage organs. Whatever the food is prepared in one day, it is not completely consumed within a day. So little amount of food they are consuming, the remaining food is going to be stored in various parts. So those are called food storage centers or food storage parts. So to the food storage parts also the stem translocate the food and nutrients. Understood? To the roots and other food storage parts of the plants. Other food storage parts of a plant. Now you got the point, students? Parts of the plant. You please remember. So all these are the very important functions which carried out by the stem part, which is a part which is calling as ascending part of the plant axis, which developed from the plumule of the embryo which is present in the seed. When a seed is in the condition seedling or germination, during germination an young shoot part comes out, that is we are calling epicardial, which is slowly developing into plumule. That plumule is only the region or the structure which grow towards the light with the phototropic or with the property phototropism. So after that, when it is continuously grow into developing into or matured into a particular organ like stem, which is going to bear a number of parts like branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. After that, each and every organ has its own functions. Each and every organ has its own role for the proliferation and increasing number of the plant body. Whatever the living organism came onto the land for the purpose of increasing their generations, to increase their generations, they lead their life normally, better, healthy. To maintain that healthy conditions for increasing their generations, they require food and energy. That energy they are going to be prepared by the plants itself. That's why those green plants are called autotrophs. But all these animals are not preparing their own food like plants. That's why we are depends directly or indirectly on the green plants. That's why we come under heterotrophic organisms. Now you got the point, everything you know, dear students. To keep all those are the required organs like leaves, flowers, fruits, everything requires an axis, a particular permanent, stable, erect cylindrical body, erect cylindrical part like stem. So without that, there is no possibility to maintain or exist. All those are the organs like branches, leaves, flowers, fruits. Without all those organs, where is the possibility to continue the life of plants? Without plants, once you think, what is the life of living organisms on the earth? Now you got the point. So in this chapter, we discussed very well about, I think we discussed very well about all these are the different contents and terminology which is needed to understand the topics in the botany. Here we discussed about the terminology and the definitions of stem. Now you got the point. Now you please practice well each and every term and each and every diagrammatic representation and content what we have discussed. And you please mention, you please keep this information in your running notes and revise the running notes thrice. Then every time you recall the terminology, it is very much useful to you. Understood, students? And in the next lecture, so in this lecture we finished up to here. In the next lecture we are going to discuss about in some plants the stems are not having typical stem, a typical axis. In some plants that stem is modifying into or change their structure and form, so for conducting various functions or different functions other than the main functions. That is we are calling what modifications. So the modifications which are taking place in the part of the plants like stem is called stem modifications. So in the next lecture we are discussing about stem modifications, what they are and what kinds of functions they performed. To perform those functions, what type of suitable or convenient shapes and structures they shown by the stem as stem modifications. Later we will discuss, especially for the stem modifications for protection, storage of food, understood, and vegetative propagation. These three are the basic three different aspects performed by the stem modifications. Everything we discussed in the next lecture. Thank you very much, students. నిద్ర వచ్చినట్టు చేస్తాను నేను నిద్ర